Hi, friends. Today I am going to talk extempore about Osho and how I feel about him whenever I think about him. So, before I go into the details, I truly love that man. I really like him so much. The way he lived, he experimented with life and awakened millions of people across the globe, even today. I was born in a small village. The only thing I did for many years was playing day in, day out. All my villagers used to scold me for doing that. But I never stopped playing. So after completion of bachelor in degree, I had to come to city to pursue life, to make my livelihood. Initially, I have no idea what life is. After coming to the city for the first time, I came to know about life and the riches being experienced by people, and the money and the politics and everything. I'm an absolute novice. I have no clue what I'm going to do in the future. And again, after coming to the city, I started playing in the grounds in Santosh Nagar. I used to have few friends who were doing small jobs, making little money. 2 or 3 years passed. Then I joined Fine Arts College. There I happened to met an interesting person who introduced me this interesting personality called Osho. So later, I did my own research. I started listening to his speeches. Initially, I have no curiosity or interest what exactly he was talking about. I really liked his diction, the way he narrates, his oratory skills and whatnot. When I saw for the first time, because on those days computers were not much available and I did not have much money to buy a computer, so I used to go to a friend. So once he was going out that afternoon and he said, a video is playing. If you want, you can continue or you can watch a movie. So for the first time, I saw Osho, and in that speech, clearly, vividly remember that he was talking about Rabindranath Tagore, and he was talking about the significance of enlightenment and how artists, don't get enlightened. Quite remarkable. Then, probably while doing many other things, experimenting with my own life to make little money to survive, I continued paying attention to this man's philosophy. What exactly? Because I don't know either English or Hindi, so it was very difficult for me to understand what exactly he was saying. By and by, I have realized something, and few people have suggested that his books being translated in English, in Telugu, so you can read. So I read 1 or 2 books, but I did not like reading, understanding his speeches in Telugu. So my first inspiration to learn English, and one of them was Rajneesh Osho. So we all know him as Osho, but many years he used to called by many people as Rajneesh and Acharya Rajneesh. When he was born, he was given a name Chandramohan Jain on 11th December 1931. And he was also known by many names. He experimented with his life, with his spiritual journey, with his ideas, with his establishments. He was a remarkable man. He was a spiritual superstar. And he himself used to call that he was a spiritual playboy and a rich man's guru or sex guru. There were many, many controversies around him, lurked around him, but he was unperturbed. So Osho was an experimentalist. His investment is the confused minds of the masses. He used to say that I am here to blow your mind. I am trying to hit hard on your minds so that you will be awakened. Soft speeches will not work. So Osho was a godman and a philosopher and a mystic, and the founder of Rajneesh movement. And he was viewed as a controversial religious, religious movement leader during his life. There is so much information even today available on internet. Even if you read Wikipedia, that is enough to understand what he was. But this particular audio, I am not going to say what Rajneesh is as far as this world is concerned, but how I perceived. That's what my main motto of this particular discourse. One thing I can clearly say that I am not a follower of Rajneesh. I respect him with due respect and love and gratitude. I call him Babai. And I call all great masters and intelligent people across the globe. I consider them my relatives. I call Raman Maharshi as my tata, Nisargadatta as my tata, Neem Karoli as my granddad, and Ma Anandamayi as my mother. So I have developed a kind of personal connection. Whether I will be awakened or not, that is a second thing. But first of all, I am related to them and they are related to me. So this was my first earlier thoughts. And recent times when I spoke in my Telugu channel, many people came to meet me and they actually thought that he is my direct relative. And jokingly I said, no, every intelligent person or being on this planet Earth is my relative. So Rajneesh life is fascinating, really fascinating. I admire his life. I cherish his life, his journey, his experimentation, his commune, his ideas, his books, his discourses and whatnot. To me, he is one of the most beautiful mans walked on planet Earth and tried his level best without doing much, only by talking, giving discourses. He ignited the thought process of mankind. Many people attracted towards him because he has that charisma, he has that eloquence, he has that beauty, charm, and etiquette, and newness, and nobleness, everything he has. I have never seen such a perfect human being till today. I am not comparing, everyone is so perfect in their own way. But in every aspect I look for, it is there. I read his autobiography with tremendous curiosity, and I really used to speak to my brother that what a man he is. He simply kept on contradicting himself, his own life, but his inner core never changed. That's what I perceived. He is a happy child within. And the reason I am always saying he is because he himself, Rajneesh, said that never address me with past tense, because whenever a person dies, we say that he was a great man. But Rajneesh insisted that he always should be addressed by his disciples in present tense, because he is always there. Physically may not be available to us, but he is always there. Maybe 24 months I continuously heard Rajneesh while learning English and Hindi. Now I can speak a moderate English and Hindi. I can understand very well all kinds of accents and dialects. Then I started listening to him without any prejudice and any preconceived notions, because I don't have any goals or ambitions, neither in spirituality nor in material life. I was thoroughly listening to him, enjoying his knowledge, his wisdom, his ideas, his jokes. From the day I was born till today, most of the jokes I truly enjoyed of Rajneesh. Such a wonderful orator, such a wonderful sense of humor he has. Without laughing much, he makes thousands of people laugh. In his last days, he used to crack jokes at the end of his discourse with a bang sound on the drum, dham. And after people laugh, again bang on the drum, and the entire place falls in silence. He is synonymous with experimentation. It doesn't matter whether he really shared his spiritual experience or not. That doesn't matter. But he shared many of his insights. He made people thought. Probably in past 10,000 years, one man really inspired millions of people to think for the first time, to look into their life, to question their own existence, to question reality and religion. And he exposed all religions. And he was absolutely apolitical. He had no connections with any political parties or politicians. And he faced many challenges, hundreds and thousands of cases against him. And he changed his style and demeanor and the way he presents himself to the world. And that led to him to reach America and established a huge ashram. The whole America was fascinated, surprised. Who is this man? But later on, he faced grave criminal charges by federal FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation of America. Then he had to go to jail. And that was one of the most tragic experiences for all of his disciples. But he faced the entire episode with great relaxed disposition. Even those police officers who jailed him fell in love with that man. That kind of man is Osho. So I read many of his books. In particular, I truly loved his commentary on creativity. Then one discourse I listened to was Ashtavakra Mahagita. The other day, a friend of mine gifted a book, and I also bought another book, the complete compilation of Ashtavakra Mahagita, and the series of talks given with this title, Take It Easy. And he gave 127 lectures about Tao Te Ching. I heard and I read that book too. He introduced many, many great masters across the globe from the past 5,000 years or 50 centuries from now. Marpa, Milarepa, Tilopa, Naropa, and Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Neem Karoli, George Gurdjieff, and many, many great philosophers and thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Friedrich Nietzsche, and many people. And initial days when he was giving his discourses, he used to recite poems written by himself. And I read one of his first book, probably. That's the only book he wrote. Actually, that is the compilation of his letters he wrote to his disciples across the globe. The Cup of Tea. So when I heard those discourses of Ashtavakra Mahagita in Hindi, probably according to me, they are the best discourses ever given by anybody. His eloquence, his utterance, his wit, his humor, his concern to awaken humanity. Such a wonderful man. Whenever I think of him, I see a smile on my face. So I'll talk about him in a couple of episodes in the nearest future, about his books, about his jokes, about his ideas, about his spirituality, about his dynamic meditation. As I said, my channel is to understand English in a basic way, not in a professional way. I am also a learner. I am also learning every day. But one should have the courage to express what he thinks. That's what I am doing. Now, people may find grammatical errors or syntax errors or problem in phrasing. It's okay. But whatsoever I am trying to say, I can assure you that it will be conveyed. Now the time is early morning, 1 o'clock. Nobody is around. The way he spoke in a relaxed manner, I am also speaking in the same relaxed manner. The one thing I really perceived from Rajneesh Osho is experiencing a relaxed disposition all the time. Utmost relaxation. I also experience the same. Sometimes many of my friends, even when I speak in Telugu or English or Hindi, I sound like Rajneesh. I'm not imitating him. We both have a similar kinds of vocal cords. That's a nature's given thing. You cannot plan few things like your nose, you cannot plan, right? You cannot plan your fingers. You can design your shirt, but you cannot design your body. In order to design, you have to force. You have to be a little violent. Otherwise, body has its own course. So accordingly, it will grow. So this is my first commentary on Osho. When I came to the city, he was my first encounter. He also made me think about life. I'm really thankful to him and my friend who introduced Osho. Not only Osho, he introduced many, many great masters, but Osho was really fascinating. As Osho said, his life is a love affair. I can really say from the bottom of my heart that it is a love affair from my end too. Not only to Osho, but to all of you, whosoever listens, whether the person known to me or unknown to me. What is there here to catch hold on to? Nothing. You are here to love and live and sing and dance the way you would like to, not in order to imitate somebody or prove a point or for the sake of fragile appreciation. That's not he meant, and that's not I also mean. So have a wonderful day and night and life. We'll meet again with another communication. Risa as always.